Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. Going live a little bit later than I would have liked to. My apologies. And super excited to be here again with you all today. There's been some interesting conversations up in my world lately, and um, they all sort of center around this theme of creating and choosing freedom for yourself and what it means to really be conscious, like truly conscious and present in your life, and really acknowledge that good, bad, ugly, right, indifferent, wrong, all of it, like it's all up to you. And it all stems from the power of your choices, right? And we tend to spend a lot of time trying to get things right or trying not to be wrong, right? And how much energy do we expend in trying not to be wrong, trying not to repeat the mistakes or so called mistakes from the past, like fighting against, defending and avoiding against those things, right? That we have decided or judged as bad or wrong in some way, or really fighting to like be right, to be able to say, I got it right. And like a lot of that stuff stems from things we learned as a kid in school, or maybe bad experiences, even abusive experiences that we had either as a kid or as an adult, or just seeing different results show up in our lives after we've gone through various experiences, right? And if they're unfavorable, we tend to want to avoid them from happening again. And if they were favorable in some way, then we're trying to like strive to create that or recreate it. And all that does is sort of lock you up into a world, into a reality, into a universe where you don't actually get to be present with what's required in that moment, what's going to create in that moment, and where you're actually going to have true freedom and true choice. Just think about it for a minute. How much time, how much energy do you expend on a daily basis trying to be right or trying not to be wrong in some area of your life? And is that what freedom looks like to you? And is that actually what you desire to create? If the answer is no, then maybe it's actually time to start choosing something else that is going to create the freedom you like to have, that is going to create the life you would like to have. And I have sort of a three-part formula that can facilitate you in creating that and can facilitate you out of judging you, because that's really what it comes down to at the end of the day, right? There's some judgment that you were avoiding, right? Or some judgment that you've already decided is true about you that you don't even realize. It's become like sort of a self-fulfilling prophecy, and at times can even be a self-sabotage, right? How many of us has taken on subconscious beliefs that we haven't processed through, that we haven't really been willing to be vulnerable enough with ourselves to go deep and look at, because we're avoiding the judgment we have around it, not even realizing it, right? And we keep creating the very thing we're avoiding. It's like a magnet, giant magnet. And every time you resist something, every time you avoid something, you actually feed that thing. So it's like you're making the magnet bigger, and you're just pulling in that very thing you say you don't want closer and closer and closer to you. So if you are willing to stop trying to be right, and if you are willing to let go of the judgment of what you think it means to be wrong, which is just something somebody made up anyway, right? What if you can't get it wrong? Would you be willing to have more of an adventure of your life, have more fun and more joy in your life, and allow yourself to course correct if that's what's required, if that's what's needed. And let go of all these constructs, let go of all these things that have become the measuring stick for how you're supposed to create your life. What if slowing down to speed up, kind of like the bow and arrow analogy I use quite often, if you haven't seen me use that before, if you try to pull that thing back and shoot it real fast, not going to really go anywhere, right? But if you do it slow and methodically, chances are you're going to hit that target that you were aiming for, right? So there is this notion of slowing down to speed up. So what if what you think is going to get you the results you're looking for in your life, the outcomes, the targets, the joy, whatever it is in your life, what if it's the exact opposite of what you have decided that it is? And what I have found is that relaxing, releasing, and receiving, those three all together, relaxing and releasing and receiving, are some major keys to creating success on any level in any area of your life, however you have defined or quantified success. Right? Everyone has a different definition of success. So for some, it could look like money or a career goal or just being happy, waking up in the morning and being happy and not stressed or overwhelmed, right? There's so many different definitions of success. So it doesn't really matter what your definition of your vision for success is. If you are willing to relax, release, and receive, you can have more success in every area of your life. And so my next free 30-minute Zoom on relaxing, releasing, and receiving your keys to success is going to be tomorrow, July 6th at 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. It's absolutely free. I'm going to go ahead and pop the link in the chat if you're watching this on Facebook or on YouTube. If you're watching on Instagram, just go to the link in my bio. You can find it there. Get registered. Come. We're going to dive into this deeper on how relaxing, releasing, and receiving can allow you to stop being attached to trying to be right and or not being wrong, which also will open up a whole other world of possibilities for you where you actually get to have all of you, the beauty, the magic of you, and you also get to be free. See you next time, my friends.